Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Automation Hub Sathak, and in today's video we will learn typically about the difference between hard assert and soft assert. I will make two test cases, one for hard assert and one for soft assert, and first we'll do hard assert and see how it behaves, and then we will see soft assert and how it behaves and what is the difference and why it is more advisable to use soft assert. Before watching this video, please watch the previous videos about hard assert and soft assert. Do not jump in directly to this video, okay? So the prerequisite for this video is that you have to watch the previous two videos first, okay? So let's go ahead. Okay, so I'll create a new class, hard assert underscore versus soft assert. Okay, so now we have this. Okay, so now let me make two test case. I'll write here public void hard assertion logic excuse me, and now the other test case I'll write public void soft assertion logic. So now the thing is, first and foremost we will do soft assert later. Let's go ahead and do hard assert. I'll write here three logics. In each test case I'll write three different logics. Okay, here I'll write three different logics, here I'll write three different logics, and we will see how hard assert and soft assert operates with those different kind of logics. Now let's go ahead. The first test case, the hard assertion logic test case. Now what I'll do is I will write a simple logic here. I'll print SYSO. This is my first statement. Okay, now I'll apply hard assert here. I'll do an assertion, assert dot assert true. I'll make it true. This is done. Great. Now I'll write another logic here. Int I equals to 100, int j equals to 50. Okay, I'll write syso. The sum is I plus j. Okay, now here what I'll do is I'll write here assert dot assert true. I'll give the boolean condition false. Okay, now I'll write another logic here. I'll write here SYSO. This is my last logic statement. Inside this hard assertion logic test case. Okay, now I'll give here assert dot assert true, and I'll give the boolean condition true here. Okay, now see, this is my first logic and this is my first assertion. This is my first logic, my first assertion. This is my second logic, my second assertion. This is my third logic, my third assertion, and all these are hard asserts. So now I'll write here, this is my first logic and this is my first hard assertion or validation, whatever. Now this is my second logic and this is my second hard assertion or validation, whatever you want to give. Now this is my third logic within the same test case, okay, and this is again my third hard assertion slash validation. Okay, now I have not introduced anything inside soft assertion logic. So let me go ahead and introduce soft assertion logic as well. But before I do that, let me run this test case first. You just remember the observation here. Run this. Test runs 2, failures is 1. Why test run 2? Because this is a test case and this is a test case, right? It passed this particular test case. So soft assertion logic, it passed. Ignore this. We are worried about this. It failed hard assertion logic. Okay, this one is failed. Okay, so what is the output here? This is my first statement. It printed. The sum is 150. It printed. Why? Because the assertion failed at this particular line number 15. So anything above it which doesn't have any sort of failed logic or any sort of fail assertion, all the output will come. It came. Now the moment this thing fails here, did it go and check over this? No. Why? Because it failed. So anything below this, it will not work. So it did not even bother to print this is my last logic statement inside this hard assert logic test case. It did not print it. It stopped here. So what happened here? Since this is hard assert, the control came over here. Okay, this is fine, printed. When the control came here, then okay, oh god. So now, since this is hard assert, okay, now it is failing, stop it here. I'm not gonna execute the other logic inside the test case. Why? Because I found something here which is false or which is deviating. So I will not execute further logic inside the test case. This is what hard assert does. Hard assert then jumps into this. Hard assert will go to the next test case. Hard assert will not consider any further logic inside the same test case. This is the most important working aspect of hard assert. The moment it finds a deviation or a failure, furthermore logic it will not execute. It stops here and that's it. Anything above which it will print, or that execution logic is valid and is working fine, it will give you in the output. Anything beyond this in the same test case, it will not. Rather, it will move to the other test case. This is what hard assert does. Okay, now let's go and do the same thing with soft assert. Okay, so now we'll go for the soft assert. Now we'll write okay, SYSO. This is my first soft assert statement logic. Okay, so this is my first logic for soft assert. And now here, so before I use this, what is the most important factor? You have to create the object of soft assert class. So soft assert equal to new soft assert. This is mandatory. You have to create. Okay, so now you have created the object of soft assert class. Okay, now you have given the logic. Now let me use soft assertion. So soft assert dot assert true, I'll give true. Okay, let's say for example I'm giving true. So this is first soft assertion. Okay, now let's go to the next logic. Okay, second logic. I'll write here the same logic. Int I equals to 100. Int, I'll not use I, I'll write int k equals to 100. Int L equals to 99. Then I'll write SYSO, the subtracted value is k minus L. Okay, now here I will give soft assert dot assert true, and I'll give false. Something is wrong. Okay, see, now this is a second logic. Okay, so here this is the second logic. This is my second logic, and this is my second soft assertion or validation, whatever. Okay, now I'll go for the third logic. As I said, I'll do third logic. So I'll write here boolean b1 equal to true, boolean b2 equal to false. Okay, SYSO b1 is equal to b2. Okay, sorry, you don't give space. b1 equal to b2. Now you will use assertion soft assert dot assert equals, let's say I'll use boolean. Let's say you give b1 b2 not equal. So this is our third soft assertion or validation point, and this is our logic. Okay, the whole thing is our logic. This is the third logic. And now, since all the logics are over, I'll give this, the most important, soft assert dot assert all, to get all the exceptions which we find. So now let's go and run this. Test runs to failures to see. Let's go step by step. Okay, this is my first statement. This is for the hard assert. It came. This I plus j 150, it came. Now hard assert will ignore this. You know already why. Now it came to soft assert. Then the control came to the next test case, that is soft assertion logic. So now here soft assert object has been created. The object of soft assert class has been created. So it will come to this particular statement. Works fine. This is my first soft assert statement logic. It got printed. Now even this statement is correct. It got printed. K minus L value is 1. Now the next thing is, here it became false. So beyond which the exceptions will still work, but the logic will still work. Why? It printed false. Why? Because b1 is not equal to b2, but we have given b1 equal to b2. So this is actually false, and it is giving the right output because b1 is not equal to b2, and so b1 is not equal, and this one, see here, expected true but found false. This is for the hard assertion logic in this particular test case. Exception true but found false. So beyond this it will not test. Now coming to the next soft assertion logic. See, expected true but found false. See, if you give this one not equal to, now this thing will pass. Let's see. Soft assertion logic, sorry. Okay, expected true but found false for soft assertion logic. See, b1 is true, b2 is false, but this one is actually correct, and it is not equals. So this is something which you have to not equal. See, expected false but found true. So you have to be very careful when using these statements, because these are validation statements and they are very exact to the word they use. Of course b1 and b2 are not equal. Even though you put a string message, doesn't matter. So you will have to typically write what exactly you are trying to print. So if if you have to do all these sorts of assertions, then only you'll get to know what exactly all these terms mean. What does this mean? What does true means? And what does soft assert dot assert false or fail? Anything you want to do, you can go ahead and do it. So this is the difference between the soft assert and hard assert. I hope you understood most of it, and if you did not, please go back and see my videos again and again. You'll get to understand why hard assert is not used much, and why soft assert is used much. The only difference is that after the validation checkpoint is failing, furthermore logic will not be executed in hard assert for that particular test case. And in terms of soft assertion will only, it will go to the next logic irrespective the validation is failing or passing. And this is a mandate statement. You have to invoke this method assert all to actually determine all the exceptions that is thrown by soft assert class. This is it. I hope you liked my session, and if you did, please subscribe to my channel Automation Hub Sarthak, and do like and share my videos. Thank you so much. Sarthak here, signing off.